I'd love to touch on that because it brings up another problem with progesterone dosing that I think everybody needs to be aware of.
Yeah,
If
let's
you
talk about
use too little, you can be made much worse.
it. Okay, let's dive in. This sounds like we need
Remember, I was talking about going to the emergency room with heart palpitations and thinking you want to kill somebody or you want to kill yourself. Small doses of progesterone can do that. The kind that you get in the health food stores, they usually have around 20, 30 milligrams of progesterone in a dose. For some, that's okay. You know, if you're aging gently and just need a little support, it's fine and good. But if you've already had a lifetime of progesterone deficiency and you've done that, immediately you get an enhancement of estrogen activity. And I think you get an enhancement of adrenaline activity by some pathway because there's all the palpitations too. Or you can have new onset of like a severe headache you never had before, or you've been sleeping fine and you can't get a wink of sleep. Just horrible. One Facebook group, which I love, they call it the estrogen kickback. And you need to have a dose high enough that you're not there. Really, you ought to jump up. I believe women should be taking about 400 milligrams for sure in the luteal phase and maybe every day postmenopausally. Why do I believe that? Jerry Lynn Pryor at the University of British Columbia, and her website is sempcor.ca. She's been studying the menstrual cycle for a long time, and with a particular focus on osteoporosis. Even younger women who were high-performance athletes were blowing through their hormones and getting osteoporotic in their 20s. So she uses, in her studies, 300 milligrams of progesterone and demonstrates new bone growth. I talked to her one day and asked her about this estrogen kickback, and she never ever sees it. She was flabbergasted when I said this is a real thing. It's happening. And why I know it's important, back in those PMS days, when we are treating women with high doses of progesterone for their severe PMS symptoms, women would get like a certain amount, and it could be a couple thousand milligrams of progesterone, probably various dosage forms, and they would have, we called it estrogen breakthrough. On particular time or day, that dose didn't suit them, and their doctors would give them like a lozenge to make the progesterone go up quickly, or they get directions to use more progesterone quickly, and it would work. So if you run across a situation when you're using progesterone seems to make you worse, immediately increase the dose. I've seen it in the medical literature, and they don't call it an estrogen kickback, they call it an inversion. And some drugs actually work this way. At some doses, the response is negative. At other doses, you get the response you want.